Yo guys, have you seen the awesome Extinction sloth? The new thing that's coming to Extinction? It's so crazy. Look at that. It's all slothy and it has stuff growing out of its back. And I've seen this before. Is this Extinction 76? I think ARK is doing a collaboration with Fallout because this guy and this guy, they look very similar. Just one has bioluminescence and a little bit of rock armor. I don't think the other one has stuff growing on its back. That's awkward. Let's get into the video. Welcome to Extinction 76, everybody. Yo, guys. So, the last Extinction Chronicles is here. I think it's the last one, at least. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty... What the frick just happened to my legs? It was weird. To my understanding, the last Explorer notes are here for Extinction Chronicles, which is basically leading into Extinction, the DLC and stuff. We've also got some fancy DLC news coming really soon from the ARK devs. We got the new quests and the new armor piece that completes our corrupted armor set. The first thing I'm going to do is go into these notes because they're going to hold a secret, most likely, about the expansion. So let's just gather all our notes right now. So if you don't want these notes spoiled or you don't want to listen to them, I suggest you skip ahead in the video if you want to get to the quests and all that stuff. However, I'm going to take some time now and look at these new chronicles. So this is number 13. And I haven't actually seen these yet. I probably should have looked at them beforehand. We got a fancy figure and we got the humans there too. Some text. Okay, nothing too fancy there. I'm more or less just looking for the images right now. We have that again, this again as well, nothing too fancy again, and the final juicy one, number 15, which is this right here. What the actual hell is that? What is that? Is that a Titan? Oh wait, hang on. These look like the walls of Extinction right here. Remember the ending of Aberration? This stuff right here looks like that. And then we have this chick kind of digitizing more. This is different, so this is going to be interesting. Let's read down through what the text has to say. Once your fall is complete, stay close to the sanctuaries. What? The sanctuaries? I guess the obelisks? Within, small pockets of life still flourish in an otherwise barren garden beyond their spheres of influence. You will find an endless sea of decay ruled by shadows and death. The first of these sanctuaries is the Great City. Huh, okay. Though it is no longer a metropolis, a jungle blooms in its place, and you may find a shelter within its crumbling walls. So the cities that we saw are sanctuaries of some sort. That's kind of interesting, I guess. The others will be more familiar to you, if only for the towers you'll find at their center. So they mean the obelisks right there. Those are the source of their power. The obelisk, I called it. They are not quite the same as the ones you're familiar with, not quite as advanced, but that's to be expected. They're an older model, precursors, or more aptly prototypes. So prototype obelisks are on Earth? What? Hang on a second. That gets really messy really fast. Why are the prototypes on the home planet? That doesn't... Okay, maybe the next dossier will explain things a little bit more. What do you guys think of this? This is kind of weird. Cause and effect is the way of the universe. Everything must start somewhere. In the case of the system, this is where it was born. You will fall right into its cradle. Together, the sanctuaries and the obelisk that power them are the ancestor of every island that floats in the sky. They can all trace their origins back to the single prototype. Though it is flightless, the core principles and technology behind it are the same. In a way, that makes it your ancestor too. You were all born within the system, after all. Even if your design is somewhat altered, in a way, you're all its children. One could say that when you fall, it will be something of a homecoming in more ways than one. Okay, this is just kind of confusing me a little bit more. I see some like genetic stuff right here too on the arm of this. I assume this is more or less just like explaining how you were created within the system and stuff. It's still kind of messy for me because like it's genetics and stuff. Whatever. We're going to move to number 15. Maybe this will finally shed some light on what's happening here because this is... I want to know what this Diablo-looking creature is. So... It goes on to say, and so everything will end where it began. I remember that was like a staple statement the ARK devs were saying too. The beginning is the end, or the end is the beginning, or something like that. The planet, the system, your species, and every bit of life that inhabits this tiny corner of the universe. All of it. Then perhaps something new will begin. But that depends on you and the forces that stand in your way. In nature, the survival of one species can come at the expense of another. As ecosystems change, those that adapt more effectively can push those weaker than themselves to extinction. Humanity once did this to the Neanderthals, and now it is finally your turn. At least face to face from a superior threat. You and all your kin must answer that timeless question. Will you survive? So, what the hell pushed the humans out then? Am I reading into this right? What pushed the humans into this whole assholes and sadness scenario that we're facing now? Like, where did this come from? Why is this a thing? So we go from the obelisks actually being a trial to us having to take back Earth, or we have to do something there. I think something happened with the prototype obelisks that were down there, and maybe not though. Maybe there was an invasive species that came to Earth and wiped out humanity, but like humanity was so built up, it seems, with their super advanced technology, their tech equipment, all that stuff. How strong would the invading force be to take on humanity that sophisticated and advanced? Like the human race in ARK compared to modern day civilization for us is leaps and bounds ahead of our technology. If we were the ones attacking, we wouldn't stand a chance, and they could actually obliterate us if they were somehow in the real world attacking our planet. There's a lot of questions here that are unanswered. I don't know how to feel about how that creature is there too. Oh boy, I feel like there's questions here that have to be answered during the DLC more so than anything else. So let's move into the tech quets, some extinction stuff. Here we are back in the normal world, and let's just see the final item on our armor set. Right there. This is the entire corrupted armor skin. It actually looks kind of good. I like it. I like how we're completely aberrated and just assholes and sadnessy. Hang on, did I see the gloves? Oh yeah, look at that too. That's nice. That's a nice little touch. They actually have the thing go around, and you get the idea. So that's basically that. I do know there's a stream happening in a little bit, so I'm going to try and get information from that too and find out exactly what's happening with that, and then we can move from there. So now if I do that, and I force tame you like so, and I make the speed 1, I actually get on the Tech Quetzal fairly easily. Bam. Damn. Ooh. Hey, you have a nice little pink face, too. So this is the Tech Quetzal. I'm going to say outright right now, I don't agree with the Quets getting a tech revamp. I feel like if they were going to do anything with the Quets, they need to give it a TLC before they do anything. Right now, the Quets is kind of just like one of the stock creatures. I mean, its animations are pretty basic. You know, it doesn't really tilt when it goes up and down. It's all around, in my opinion, one of the least attractive creatures in ARK, just because of the way this thing functions aesthetically and its actual function of just carrying things. To my knowledge, it hasn't really gotten anything super cool, super fancy, super really worth it. It's just a big bird, basically, that people overhoard in their bases, and it eventually kind of breaks the game because it looks really, really bad. Not saying that the tech stuff is bad. Like, this tech stuff, obviously, really well made. I like it. ARK devs, if you see this, whoever made this, don't have your feelings hurt. I do like this. I like this a lot. But I feel like the quest needs to be in a TLC pass. There's just too many issues with this creature right now that I find that I can really justify, hey, this is such a good addition, because like all they did really is give it a new skin, make it a bit rarer and a little bit stronger compared to the other creatures. And like this right here doesn't really suit it, you know. Like, I don't know what the hell that's supposed to be unless it's on the edge of the wing and it's kind of just there. Yeah, like that looks a little bit weird if you ask me, the way that it's like kind of scrouched out there. It's actually not connected to the model correctly. Yo, Wildcard, what are you doing? Is this, hang on, is it just because I'm not on flat land? Is that it? No, like this isn't connected to anything at all. Like this is just kind of there. That actually looks really bad for something Wildcard would put out. I'm actually I'm kind of disappointed. Look at these ankles and how they're twisting. There's not enough like give in the metal here to make it look legible. Like right here looks okay, but this back one's just distorted and stretched. Okay, I'm done with that. So that's cool and all. I'm not going to spend much time with the quets, and I'm sorry if you guys wanted to see more about it and see more of the model in general. You know my feelings on it, and I'm not trying to say it's bad. It's just kind of, I don't know. That's just it. I'm not entirely fulfilled by this, but it's okay though, because it's still a decently made creature in my opinion. So it's okay. I'm going to move over to the ARK forums now because we have a look at some extra extinction goodies. So here we are on the ARK forums, and we have 2 new teasers from ARK and their expansion stuff. I also know over on Mixer they are doing a stream, or they've done a stream, and you're going to see the information and stuff like that in this video. But more or less, we have this right here. Now we see some stuff dangling down from the rocks up here. I think this looks more like a frozen-ish biome. Is this? Yeah, this looks like ice and stuff. I think it's safe to say this is ice. Some new creature here that I haven't seen before. It seems to have some kind of armor plating or even a weapon right here on its forearm. We have an RG up right there, or what appears to be an RG. And really, that's basically it. We see like some kind of blood forest back here or something like that. And I mean, there are some resources. I assume these are oil nodes or some kind of node for a, I guess, material we would obtain through mining and stuff like that. It seems like that, at least. Maybe it's not anything at all. It's just there for aesthetics. That's it. I don't really see anything else. This right here kind of looks like a face to me. This whole section right here. I don't know if that's what it's intended to be, but it doesn't look like it's a natural forming. It kind of looks like rock, but at the same time, it looks like it's metal or something. And then you see like a neck going down here. But that might not be anything at all. That's just my eyes maybe just doing dumb things to my brain and making me think I see something. Zooming in, I mean, I don't really see anything too special with it. I think it's just the way the screenshot lighting is, to be honest with you. There's nothing really in the background that I can see that's interesting. I don't really see anything else around here. A really big cliff, and that's basically that for this screenshot. Once again, another screenshot right here, and there's actually something kind of interesting that you're not gonna see right off the bat. So we see Spinos right here and some corrupted creatures. These guys are obviously a little bit more aggressive than your average creature, because they say that when they're infected with this stuff. We see some water here. Whether or not it's safe to drink, I don't know. I think this is the gas bags right here. It's actually really big. I think we see a Therizinosaurus down right here as well, and a Stego that is corrupted. Now, what was I talking about earlier? Well, right there. Something in the background right here that looks either like a dropship or a living creature. Now, I know Dragonpunk recently released their Leviathan class creature and stuff like that. What the hell was that in my mouth? Ew. Oh my god, that was gross. But yeah, I know they released their Leviathan class creature and stuff like that, but I don't know. This isn't that. This is something different. I don't know what the hell that could actually be. This is some kind of different Sky Leviathan or a dropship. I'm not sure, because it's not attached to anything. You can see it's clearly hovering here. It looks like it's a ship in nature or something. There's something hanging down here too. Another thing right here. Like, it resembles what you would see in a ship. That's what I see right now. I see like the figure of a dropship or something like that. Kind of interesting. And then down over here, well, it's basically these same ARK shenanigans that you would expect in a desolate wasteland. And that's basically it for all of this stuff right here for now, I think. Yeah, I think that's it for now. That's everything that's in this screenshot. Okay. So this is the moment we've all been waiting for. Not aberration, but extinction. I'm just waiting for them to do their thing, I guess. So that was the reveal for one of the new creatures coming to Extinction. It's basically a giant rock sloth. That's what I'm gonna call it, the rock sloth, and that's basically that. You can see to some extent this creature has bioluminescence all across its body, and it seems to have some strange rocks on top of its body as well. Now, it appears that it may have some kind of attachment that you can actually bring and put onto this guy for extra storage or even carrying other people on the bottom, and it's like a little bucket hanging from its neck. Now, this thing doesn't seem to be typical with the other aberration creatures that are obviously, you know, corrupted and stuff like that on the Extinction world. This one seems to be more docile, or maybe this is a tameable corrupted creature, dare I say? I don't think this is tameable, but it doesn't matter. I want to pay attention to the background of this. This is why we're playing this again. And you can actually see some of the crystal formations and stuff in the background. You see some of the creature's animations too, how it can pick up some loot and put it into this basket, and we see some rocks on its back as well. I'm not familiar with any of these rocks except for what appears to be some kind of crystal element or something like that, and maybe some metal too, which probably isn't mineable, seeing as it's on the creature. But we can see that it appears to sneeze, and some kind of new dark crystal comes out of it from a spawn point on its back. I don't know what this is. Taking a closer look, you can see it's got to be some kind of powerful resource because it's glowing, obviously. And then you can see it can also break rocks in a single hit, and I assume collect the rocks from there. We actually get to see a corrupted raptor as well, close up, and unfortunately the frame gets really bad here when it attacks, and well, so on and so forth. But you can see the background a little bit, and then we move into the Extinction logo. Now, I'm not really sure about this creature. I don't know how fast it's going to move, how strong it will be in combat. It does seem like it is a fairly heavily armored creature with all those rocks on its back, but that's basically everything I have about it. I did scan through that and see, like, hey, is there anything in the background we might not have saw initially, or anything that we might have missed? But there's not really anything hidden that I could see anyways in it. And that's basically it for the video. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments section, what you thought about this. I'm just going to take one more quick peek, actually. There might have been something. You know what, just for the sake of making sure we're thorough, we're going to do it one more time. Pay special attention to the background, guys. I need your help with this because I didn't see anything too particular. I thought I saw something a couple seconds ago while I was skimming through my editing. I'm just going to double check that and make sure. I see some glowing as well behind it. See the spawn point. I see to the left of it there's some glowing rock as well, and a blue pillar, it seems like, Gaussian blurred out. We can see actually there's an obelisk laying in the background of that one just to the far top right of the screen, and that was basically it for that. I see a lot of waterfalls too. This area is full of light. Yeah, right there, there's a giant obelisk almost melted into the rock face there, or like it's toppled over, but it's still active. We can see the inner workings of it as well. We can see that same obelisk there again, and we see some more text structures to the far right of it as well. They're glowing the same color almost as this creature. I wonder if this creature is somehow modified with some tech equipment or something like that. Looking down through it again, guys, I don't really see too much more. It's all Gaussian blurred. See, they use the Ansel compatibility within ARK, and it makes it really hard to see anything in the background. I don't even see any other creatures, which is a problem. A lot of crystals. I think we see these crystals on Aberration somewhere or one of the different islands, so they're not too particularly cool. I don't think they'll be a mineable resource. I do see a gas bags right there behind the survivor, I think. Yeah, right there. You can barely see it. And then he smacks the rock. I see some more tech related things in the background. Then there's the raptor, and it's kind of just like the stalemate. Yeah, I think that's literally all there is to this right now.